is Heat Override, and I'm ready to bring the pain for you this week. I mean, I don't know if I can outdo myself after last week. Last week was crazy. And you better get ready because this is the hard hitting, cool picks for week 7. You get the waiver wires, and people are going to be picking up all those offensive players. Man, that's the good thing about being a great drafter. I don't really got to pick up anybody, but I just pick up people to pick up people because it's kind of fun just having a couple extra backs on your team that, can't get used against you. Hey, it's a block move, but when you can do it, you can do it. So why not do it? Oh, yeah. No, y'all was late for that. If you haven't been over to the site, head over to Dr. Roto right now. If you're just watching this on YouTube or any of your listening devices or any podcasting streaming services that you might be, get there right now to Dr. Roto, read all of the articles, get ready for Friday. We drop. So you know what? We dropped the articles, right? Yeah. I don't know how it just sounded, but that sounded wild. So let's get to it. Oh, y'all too generous. Thank you. I know. That's good. So let's get to the hard hits and cool picks review of last week, week 6. Oh man, the Heat check of the week. Terrell Bernard. The dude's been on fire since I first mentioned him, and he is on fire again. 12 tackles and 3.5 stuffs. Dude was living in the backfield. And that's why you do listen to this show, and that's why you read the articles for IDP that I put out every single week, because they help you stay in tune with what's going on with the league. Every single one of my players I've mentioned has increased over 10 to 20% in ownership since I mentioned them on this show. So if your opponents are looking for those players and they get to them before you, then you just missed out. Move on to the next one. That's why I always give you out a few, and that's why you got to check out my other IDP article too, as well. My heats of the week and my heat check of the week. Like I said, every single week. And we're going to be doing it. So let's get over to Drue Tranquill. 3 tackles, 1 sack. Hey, man, he hit the points threshold that we did. So I do get the win for him. But man, that was close. If he'd have not had, 1 less tackle or so, man, I might have to call myself, a loss on that one. But we'll give it that because a sack is huge. And a lot of leagues credit 3 to 4 points per sack. So even at a half sack, that's just worth extra points. Kayvon Wallace, bro, you didn't come through me. It happens, man. You got 3 tackles. I get it. That's fine. That's fine. So I'll take the loss on that. And then we'll get over to Alex Anzalone. Woo! Yeah, I said it weird, but hey, why not have fun with it? Because that's what we like to do at Dr. Roto. Wear smiles and win money. Ooh, yeah. So 9 tackles, 2 stuffs, 2 pass defense. What more do you want? And that is what getting these players at lower percentages and plugging them into your lineups. I gave you a sack. I gave you a tackle monster. I gave you someone out there tapping balls, getting stuffs, like whatever. So let's get to the new hard hits and cool picks for week 7. Yo, Lavonte David. Wait a minute. Shouldn't he be owned in leagues? He's actually not. He's around 14% owned in most leagues. And he's just on fire. If you haven't seen what he's been doing recently throughout the year, that's why, he is right now probably more consistent than he's ever been. And you think, how can one of the greatest linebackers, when he was a lock to, how can he be just somebody to be thought about right now? Well, look, it's because he kind of started out slow. He had the 8 tackles in game 1. Then he had the 2 tackles in game 2. It happens, things. But then he came back big on Philly, right? Big. And that was 13 tackles and a sack, bro. Then back to the 5. Then he was off. See, that's when people lose him. And that's when they drop him and they don't think about going to pick him back up. So then his 12 tackles and 1 sack game was definitely missed. Maybe not rostered as much as that. But man, when you look at that, in my league right here, he got 16.5 points. I mean, dude had 2 stuffs, a pass defense. What more? What more do you want? And so this week he's got Atlanta, who, is still questionable at quarterback. Tampa Bay proved that they can play, right? He's going to be on the field a lot. And he's going to get tackles. It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. So that's why at 14%, you can go get him on your waiver wire. Yeah. So let's get to one of my losses this year. David Long Jr. Bro, you showed up with that 1 tackle game, right? But since then, David Long Jr. has been on fire, practically just right there. He got 8, 8, 10, 9, and 11 tackles. He's got Philly this week, New England the next week, Kansas City, and a bye. Look, if you want 3 teams and you want a player right now that is 7% owned in most leagues, and that's going to be able to get you almost double digits or go into double digits tackle, that's what you want. And with Philly right now, Philly's going to be running the ball. Philly's going to be throwing the ball. They're not going to be happy about losing last week. So that means David Long Jr. is going to be getting a lot of week. It's time to make itself right, bro. Come get me that win. Oh, yeah. Right? Boo. All right, let's move along to Mr. 4%, Rudy Ford. Bro, I said it in my article that people run numbers. And when you run numbers, sometimes you miss a lot of these players, right? So when players miss these players, that gives me an opportunity to go in, research them, and get some things done. Bro, this dude is coming off a bye right now. So nobody's thinking about Rudy Ford. They forgot about his interception and 9 tackles 2 weeks ago against the Vegas Raiders. Yeah, right? But he also had a stuff and a pass defense in that game too. That means he's doing it all. There's nothing wrong that this dude can do right now. And Green Bay keeps games slow. So if they're going to do that and they're going to play these games, right? I mean, what more could you want? In Denver? You're going to be playing in Denver? Oh, man. We already know my thoughts about Denver. And we don't even got to talk about that. There's definitely a bring the pain for that. Oh, yeah. But what is setting up Rudy Ford really nice right now is the eyeball test. The thing that everybody thinks that doesn't exist, it does. If you watch that game when the between the Raiders and the Packers, and you seen Ford all over the ball like that, nope. Sign him up, get him on your team, 4% owned, bang, he's gonna do it. So let's go it. Lavonte David is gonna get 8 tackles. That's my thing, right? David Long Jr., 6 tackles. Rudy Ford, 9 tackles. Boom. It is so going to be it's going to be a fun week this week. So I hope you do get over there, read all the articles, get ready for my heats of the week, get ready for the Bring the Pain and the Ultra Contrarian show for you DFS people, because I know you all out there. We all play both, right? Yeah, we all bet. We all play fantasy football, seasonal, dynasty, and DFS. So why not play? Why not at least get all that information and stay tuned, because we have so much more coming out. Man, if you didn't catch the lineups I gave out last week on my Ultra Contrarian show, both of them went. I gave out a 160 on FanDuel, and I gave out a 190 on DraftKings. Who gives you that for free? I don't think any other site does, but you got that last week, and that's why all of you need to tune in to Bring the Pains. Hey, I may be the craziest guy in the world. I might be the loudest. I might be annoying at times. But if there's one thing I do know, it's how to bring the pain to the slates. Oh, yeah, everybody. Have a great day. Let's get ready for the weekend. Hit those waiver wires hard. And may the tackles be with you. Yeah.